But
5 seconds remaining.
if we can predict what's the next one without cheating, we
Storm
no, I'm just
Spirit.
kidding. I'm not gonna name.
Yeah, they're all coming out. The normal bands, the normal picks.
Radiant team
But let's talk a little bit about what the draft is that we're seeing. Like the Ricky first pick overall. You've got like Venge and Tree, and then Abaddon there as well. It feels like with Abba and Jakiro, it's a lot about just like pressuring down those towers early, and then Storm Spirit comes in to clean up after the fight sort of starts, right?
5
Yeah.
seconds remaining.
It's also just the vision game, right? The Ricky versus Tree aspect. You're trying to just
Radiant
one up
team
the other
pick.
person by placing deep wards. The Cloud's really good against the Legion commander as well as the Troll when they go in close. It's also good against the duel too, so you get more chances on the miss.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like you said, Storm can help benefit him just getting that
10
extra
seconds
vision for the
remaining.
jumps. So,
5 seconds remaining.
right now, Thunderbirds lineup synergizes really well. Troll ulti with Legion
Reserve
duel.
time.
Tree ulti to stop the storm.
Yeah.
I think Thunderbird's lineup has a lot more merit right now. Why the hell is this pick taking so long? I could have actually ate my apple. I could have finished it.
There's no chat going on either. No alt chat that you normally expect out of the NA qualifiers. We saw a lot of that in the last one. My goodness gracious, where, of course, for you guys that missed it, NP 14-minute GG over ISGG. It was a rough series for them. Hopefully this one's a little bit more competitive, though. Elite Wolves, a lot of people might have known this team from the former players on it that ended up getting the, obviously the ban from Valve, but this is like the new version, and MNZ, Azrael, Masuko, Hunt, King Tekka. Have they actually switched things up? Because it was Kotaro Hayama, but they're playing with some stand-ins. Is that right?
I think they keep switching lineups from time to time. Like, they don't know who exactly they want to play with.
Right.
And so they're just trying out different people and stuff. I don't know if you can really have a team and not aim to go to the international. So playing with banned players is just, I wouldn't feel comfortable either.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go to the majors, you can't go to TI. What's really the point?
Well, but they had for a little while there, like Leo Style, Kataro, King Tekka, Stinger, and Masuko. And now it looks like they still have King Tekka, Masuko, but then they have like 3 other stand-ins. And I'm wondering if this is just an alternate account or what exactly is going on with their team.
10 seconds remaining.
You know what I mean?
I personally don't know. That's why I can't
Yeah.
5
comment.
seconds
I'm not. I mean, I do have Masoku on my friends list, actually. Maybe I could technically ask.
Maybe
and then see
between
what's
games.
going on.
We'll get some behind-the-scenes chat with them. But honestly, it is 5 stand-ins right now, so I don't know if it's something where like they just haven't switched it over, because before Kiev Major, they were tagged up as not today, and then apparently it's been Elite Wolves that have taken up the team, but they haven't had a chance to switch over the in-game stuff yet. Regardless, though, the game's going to be played. I'm excited to see how it goes. Terrorblade is a really good hero, but there's a lot of magical damage that could cause some trouble for him as well.
There's a lot of counters, like you said. There's the Ember as well as Legion. 2 hard counters to the Ember, to the Terrorblade at times, just clearing out his illusions. Heroes that can get on top of him relatively easy, make life difficult for him. So, right now, I think Thunderbirds have definitely won out on the draft. It's going to come down to, I think, this Ricky and this Storm.
Prepare for battle.
Storm's going to have a really nice game for them to have success, as well as the Ricky just getting a lot of information from scouting.
Right. And I think that if I'm remembering right, there's been a lot of talk over the past bit about South American teams and ping issues. I think that as far as Peru goes, it's one of the better regions to connect to the USD server, to the point where they actually get better ping going to US East than they do to Peru servers. Am I remembering that correctly?
Thanks be to you.
Yes.
Okay.
It's either Peru or Brazil or whatever other servers down there. They definitely get better ping.
And so because of that, I think that like the Brazilian teams, it's a lot harder for them to play on US East than it is for the Peruvian team. But I'm not sure about that one. There was... Oh, did Misery
30
realize it?
seconds to battle.
He's walking back and forth trying to see if a Ricky was in the area. And he actually did run into him, but didn't end up dropping a ward or sentry or anything.
I think even if they had dropped the sentry there, they still couldn't get the kill.
Look, they're doing this on all of the high grounds right here. Like, Legion is also moving back and forth. I don't know if that's to see if Ricky's walking up or what it is. But, interesting. They're going to come and contest this rune, though. Misery is here, as well as Soxka. And Azrael is going to walk into a lot of trouble. They are going to have Leech Seed here. They started off, get the slow, still holding on to the sun, and this is going to be your first blood. Going over to the Tree Protector. Making it work.
It's actually better to give it to the tree too, because he gets a faster boots, and then you're just able to effectively zone out the Abaddon even more, just right-clicking him down with the Orb of Venom. So that's not only a huge kill to help out with the mid lane, where he didn't buy his own TP, so that's good at least.
Yeah.
He has the salve still on the courier, but afraid that they're gonna snipe it, so he hasn't used it yet.
I mean, it could have been worse, certainly, like if he had bought out first the salve or couldn't get a TP from one of his supports or something, but he doesn't end up missing, I don't think, any experience. Did get one of those creeps denied, and missing CS certainly isn't going to help, but now they have a ward down in the lane as well, so Weehaw, realizing King Tekka is here, and going to have to try and man up against him a little bit, as more damage coming out, deciding to trade hits, and taking a beating for it as well there in the mid lane.
Yep. And then the one bad thing is he pushed the lane very hard when he trades those right clicks to Storm, and as well, it's not. Oh, is he gonna take off the shield? I'm surprised. There we go.
Doesn't quite take off the shield there, but still trading hits with Weehaw. He's taking a beating.
2 in overload there. Oh yeah, magic orbs in 40. That's good to know. I thought the one of the overload at level 1 takes it off, but that's not the case.
Oh, bottom lane, Moon. Taking some more damage. I think it's like if you hit the Remnant too or something. I remember that being a thing for a while, was that you had to get Remnant through to break the magic shield.
Yeah, you need static. That's for level 3. You need the static remnant as well as level. You need level 2 static remnant.
Okay.
At 3. Because if you have overload level 2 at level 3, you're not gonna have enough.
Okay.
Surprised he hasn't put any points into it. But
yeah.
We'll see.
Maybe doing the math right now, figuring out what it is. There's an Invis rune picked up by the Chikaro. One little punch on Weehaw's way back towards lane, and in the meantime, the Abaddon's sort of been segmented back towards the jungle for a little while here. He's going to have to pop this shrine, and, well, it looks like the tree wanting to come and mess with them a little bit, with boots already online there.
So he got the 2 points in there for that. And like you said, he's going to come over now for the Abaddon, steal his EXP, so kind and generous. Yeah. Hide. Pretty sure he knows he's there. But it's always very rough when you have these invisible heroes that can just invade the enemy jungles, and you're a Legion or you're an Abaddon and you just can't go to the jungle because they're just going to sap your EXP, maybe take some of your last hits. It's very annoying.
Yeah. We do see an early movement right now where MNZ is actually the one that's farming in the jungle a little bit, and Ricky, King Tekka here, is taking a lot of the last hits. So he's going to have a little bit more than you would expect out of Ricky at these early stages of the game. Oh,
yep.
Top lane. Hunt's not going to get ran down here. Didn't have enough mana for another Aphotic Shield, but the one helping to keep him alive has made more action going.
So I wonder how this is going to work out for them at the end of the day, because like we talked about, this tree that's now rotating over can easily steal the EXP, steal last hits, potentially kill him too. You also need a lot of mana regen for this to be very effective, because the Conjuring Image just costs so much mana.
It is a cool way to do it, though, because you've got... Oh, and there's the Clarity Break. God, that hurts. That's so frustrating. Gets bashed, and it will end up being a Bounty Rune stolen as well. The nice part about it, though, is that your illusions do get the block coming in from Poor Man's Shield.
He's got no mana.
Oh, there's the Fairy Fire. He has it, but it's not going to be enough. I don't think he doesn't even end up using it. Knew he was dead. Yeah, that hurts. That hurts a lot.
Haste rune. I mean, any other rune and he doesn't get the kill. maybe in Vizrun he still gets the kill, but Haste just completely secures that.
And normally I would say that this is looking pretty tragic for Elite Wolves, considering everything. But you do have this Riki that's getting more than you would normally get out of this hero. So is that something where it's good enough for Elite Wolves that it's not like terrible, or is this still a really bad start for them?
You keep your eyes peeled a little bit still on the mid lane.
Yeah,
the Storm keeps on dropping his mana boots. I mean, not mana boot, his bottle, taunting the Ember.
Oh god.
It's just super funny
Radiant's
to watch
middle
this.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, this Riki, it's gonna be interesting to see how he transitions. If he's gonna go Midas, if he's gonna go the phase,
Right.
Bobica build. It's more Wraith bands, Quillas and stuff. He kind of needs to get active early on. So I hope he doesn't go Midas.
Right.
They're gonna need to fight a lot because Thunderbirds, they have a
Well, he got a stun off from the Jakiro, trying to turn here and see if he could battle out. Does that the Fairy Fire? Trying to kill off Misery. Almost did. Is not quite going to get that last right click out. And his hand's ready to go, but Misery survives on 11 HP.
I don't even blame the Jakiro for running away in that situation.
Yeah.
It's like, oh well, he's surrounded. The Flame Guard's still up. They're just dealing too much damage, and all of a sudden he manages to turn it around. Unfortunately, if Jakiro did stay there, he would have gotten one kill at least.
Yeah. And I mean, he can force back Weeha at least a little bit, but Weeha's still going to be able to get this CS here. And you've also had basically Moon Meander left completely unhampered. Like, he left the lane, which means Riki gets a lot, but this is also going to be Moon getting in towards a quick Blink Dagger, or at least Phase Boots at this stage, and then maybe you can set up for dual wins with Soxka in the jungle. All around good stuff for Thunderbirds, but not a significant lead as of yet.
No, they've shut down the Storm though. He's 0-3, the only person who's died this game, and he's the person where you think, oh, you've got a Riki who can help the Storm mid. Plus, Storm doesn't lose to an Ember Spirit, and you can see that during the CS. He does have 7 more CS than the Ember Spirit, but he's just playing a little bit too aggressive, a little bit unfortunate too because of the runes. So, not all of it is his fault.
Yeah,
they were chasing down top, the Abaddon, trying to get him low, but they weren't able to seal the deal there.
Right.
Moon is level 6 before the
Oh, King Tekka. They baited that one out. They pushed the wave in. Oh, good jump away, but still going to be brought down. So they bring in 3, hang out 2 behind the tower, and now with a big old creep wave here, they lose their Riki, and well, I don't know if they're going to take too much more damage onto this tower. It looks like Hunt should just be able to soak up this experience and be okay. Well, maybe not. He's actually out of mana. Doesn't have another Aphotic Shield. They don't know this yet, though, so they aren't willing to dive. And Soxka almost ends up going down.
It's still a nice play that they all dove and just tanked the tower until the next creep wave. Oh, yeah, there's that kill that was facilitated by that ward. Here's
oh
the duel.
My god. Well, Moon's just going crazy, and this should be another one for him. A double kill for Moon in between the tier 1 and tier 2 tower in the bottom lane, and there's just nothing they can do to stop it.
Back to the point real quick is they dove there, and by tanking the creep wave, they managed to make the siege creep survive. So that helps deal at least 300 more damage to the tower. So good awareness by Thunderbirds, just putting that pressure on, and then obviously Moon just scouting out a very low HP MNZ jungling and just punished him. And normally when you don't see that Legion commander in the bottom lane, you have to wonder where is he at the time, and then so maybe just not getting it. Meanwhile, top just almost level 6, delivered, and just not enough. Not enough time.
I wonder too, like there's this regen rune on Storm. They could maybe make something happen with this. I don't know if he just wants to use it to farm. There's like a lot of different ways that people have been using regens now, since you don't end up getting it disabled by creeps anymore. You can just pop it and run around the jungle and take it all down. But I feel like there also is a potential to like find a kill up here on Resolution maybe, or you know, make something happen. They need to make something happen on Elite Wolves right now. But it looks like he's just going to use it to farm at least for now, and then maybe afterwards catch a kill with the end of it.
Yeah, the problem with Storm Spirit is if you do commit for a kill and you don't get it yourself, you just wasted a lot of farming time.
Right.
So that's the problem with Storm Spirits nowadays. And well, he's only cleared out 2 of the camps. Unfortunately, he didn't go over to the other one. Not gonna kill without. They're trying to go on Moon. It's not possible to kill this guy.
Yeah, lack of hard disable, and I mean they wanted to go for the ice path, but it wasn't there. Azrael is gonna back out now. Does have the arcane boots up and online, so more mana to work with for him, as well as regeneration. And you know, ever since those first 3 deaths, he's been coming back a little, but he's not only, what is this gonna end up being, about 600 gold behind the Ember Spirit?
All things considered, he's not doing bad.
Yeah.
He could be potentially the highest net worth in the game, which they need him to be.
Right.
Scores 0 and 7 right now, and there's really only the Storm Spirit when you talk about like what can they do. It's like you're kind of just playing the farming game right now. If you're Elite Wolves, you're like, okay, I need to desperately get up my farm on my Terrorblade, my Storm, and then Abaddon's kind of like this hero that's been shut down heavily early on, so he can't do what he wants, just to constantly run at the enemy team. Lane Sentry showed King Tekka.
Yeah.
So.
He has his level 6, so he's going to be a little bit harder to kill than he otherwise would have been. They're going to maybe place a ward back behind here. Looks like the tree is just scouting everything out, making sure everybody's okay mid lane. They're thinking about going here onto the Storm Spirit. Needs to be a little bit careful, and it's going to just go for a quick little jump away. But Battle of Bruin bottom. Abba's here. Misery gonna get slowed down. They have the Blink Strike as well. There's gonna be the Ice Path immediately purged off. Well done by Moon, and now Storm Spirit coming in. Wants to find this kill, and it's actually gonna be the Abba that takes it. Still, it's a good rotation, good kill, and 1 on the board for Elite Wolves.
Fail completed for Ember here though. Weehaw smells blood in the water.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Itching for something.
Meanwhile, they just popped the Troll ulti. Now the Storm Spirit's a little bit low. The tree right here can jump onto the Storm Spirit right at the start of it. He is going to end up dropping maybe. I got the pullback, but it's not enough. And the silence is there onto Weehaw. They've caught now as well, and they're going to end up losing. They don't lose the tree? What? He's still alive here. Now the duel turned on to Jakiro. They're not going to be able to do this. That's going to be another kill going. 2 dead for Elite Wolves. And I don't know if they find anything here. Misery comes back in to try and save the day. They now turn onto Weehaw, see if they can kill him off. But Zoxy is just being a pest in all of this.
Here comes Resolution. He's mad.
Like
Get away from my teammates.
They're all here. And the tree is going to be able to run them down. You have Metamorphosis, but I don't think it's nearly enough. They lose the Abaddon. Now they're going to lose MNZ. 4 dead throughout the course of this fight. That was just awful. Oh, it really hurts for Elite Wolves right there.
This is what happens when you play a little bit too greedy with Ricky. You could have had your phase boots and potentially just gotten a dust to kill the tree. If they kill the tree there, then they just get out and then no sweat. And then they'll feel a little bit content with trading maybe heroes, but now they're in a toxic situation where Abaddon just TP's bottom, and
I mean, they have more people coming in, but the tower is about to go down. They've already used the glyph, and now they're thinking about Hunt and Hunt. He is gone. He does have a Quelling Blade, can try and run away from this. We'll have another Aphotic Shield as well, so I think that he's actually safe. And oh, they dropped the Macro Pyre, but there's just nothing to keep these heroes here at all. Like, and for the Jakiro, you don't want to have to go more points than Ice Path, but it's 1 second stun right here. You can get it up to 2.5 at max level, which is good, but I feel like they also need him to have that damage and tower picking potential as Weehaw going to find the Jakiro yet again. Ice Path doesn't even get off. This is destruction. They are not giving them an inch right now.
Yeah, this Jakiro pick is just too... It's not very beneficial. The way you kind of want to run a Jakiro is go into the top lane with the Abaddon and just keep dual breathing and just hopefully killing the enemy cores or just putting a lot of pressure on them. But because he started in the bottom lane because they had a Terrorblade, Oh, meanwhile, top lane, they're gonna catch him.
Yeah.
This is the death. Good rotation in from Saksa.
And also Moon was able to pop the Abba ulti here in the mid lane, so he's forced to run all the way back home. Like, he can't be out here anymore without full HP. Oh man, this has been a tough one indeed for Elite Wolves and Resolution. I mean, they throw out the Macro Pyre all you want. There's a stun to follow it up, but now Moon has found the Jakiro, and that is going to be another duel victory. Actually, rather, the first of the game. He killed a couple people after duels earlier, but finally getting the damage.
I will say Moon, I'll be a little bit critical about him. He's not pressing the attack before he duels, so he's not getting as much damage output as he could beforehand, so that's costing him some duel wins, but he didn't necessarily need it there to kill the Jakiro because he had help, but maybe seeing the press the attack a little bit more often would be better for my eyes. I think better for just killing stuff.
I mean, I guess the other thing that you could say is maybe he was thinking, all right, if there's a team fight, we're going to need that to
Yeah, that too. I thought about that. He has saved 2 heroes with his press the attack, so Moon playing defensively instead of offensively.
Yeah, being a team player, that's what they call it.
He doesn't want those duel victories. He wants to stay at 0 forever. But actually 10 now, like I said.
Oh,
they got him. All right, well.
That's a problem. TPing away. Does he get out? Oh, just there's a couple of trees in the way. Oh, that was close.
1 second more, and Moon would have got a duel, or Misery would have got a swap, and that 1 second. Meanwhile, they have the dust.
Oh, yep, and he's going to try and go for a TP out as well, but the overgrowth is going to keep King Tekka in place, and, well, that's going to be a duel win. That really hurts.
Diving Abaddon, make sure he pops his ulti. They swap.
1 to 15, they are just not giving them an inch. Thunderbirds, are they going to dive the fountain for this one? Like, Resolution posturing up onto high ground to try and run down Masuko. They've got the Macro Pyre down, but T-Birds are just all over them, and I mean, this is going to be an Aegis troll. You've got Moon pushing the mid lane, not at all afraid of anything, and they don't have to be.
There's some drafts where you can get away with drafting not mini lockdown, but for this lineup against this kind, with all this burst damage coming in from Thunderbirds and control, it's looking grim to say the least. So these picks were already predetermined, so can't really. I guess we can still talk about like the synergy is just not there. This Jakiro just seems a little bit underwhelming. Another pick off there on the Storm. He just can't do anything. Hasted still coming in.
They're ready
coming in hot. Let's go.
I mean, you have Photic Shield back up in a second to try and take it off in case they decide to attack you, but if they just hit your buildings, well, that's a good Macro Pyre out. There's the stun, though. Swap away to keep Weehaw alive, and they're not going to take down even the Aegis of Resolution. They end up diving here. That's actually the Abaddon ulti popped as well. And they're just going to back out. T-Birds not at all afraid of anything. They end up keeping the Tier 1 tower alive, Tier 3 tower alive in the mid lane. At least for Elite Wolves, so Shrines won't be open, but they're going to need a big old turnaround in a hurry, and honestly, they just might lose MNZ here. Ember is stocked up, ready to go. If they could find a kill on Ember Spirit, this would be tremendous, and well, it does look like they're going to run past Weehaw, but not willing to go for it? Okay.
Maybe they'll just wait for... Yeah, they're still poking and prodding top lane.
Look at how bold he is. Like, he doesn't care about any of these heroes here.
Alright, well, they got the Solar Crest. That's what they were waiting on. Now they're just going to finish what they started in the mid lane. They have all the tools they need.
Oh.
Rest attack on 3.
Oh, almost getting a root there. There is going to be chains out again. So much magical damage. Resolution has walked into him, and now Hunt going to get ran down here in a second as well, I believe. Well, there's going to be the blind coming out for a second as well. That's a dead Storm Spirit. Resolution with the double kill. About to take down this tower through backdoor protection, damn near. And do they actually end up killing it off? They do. Moon finds the last touch. Oh, God. 1 to 19, and what are you staying in the game for right now, Elite Wolves? They don't have anything.
has fallen.
Tricks the trade. It's not going to really stop it. They do end up getting a silence onto Weehaw, but now the turn to the bottom lane. And Resolution's going to start building up those fervor stacks again with the Aegis still in hand. They do not have an answer for this lineup. The Ice Path comes out, bringing down the bench fairly low, but there's a press the attack to keep her alive. Still more damage onto him, and that's another tier 3 tower down. They swap back out. Misery gonna be surviving through this one. They have been able to find the kill onto the Troll as well. They jump through. Resolution wants its Aegis popped. It is finally down. Misery, he's gonna be able to stay alive through all of this. And now Troll coming back in. He is going to be alive yet again. Good game, well played. 1-22 with no regard for human life. Thunderbirds just dismantle Elite Wolves.
All right, who's the feeder that's getting kicked? Misery.
1, 2, 3. It's easy as pie.
Unfortunately, you can't kick the captain unless that captain's Eternal Envy. But
Even mean?
I was just talking about the no Tidehunter days.
Oh, okay, I'm with you. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I wasn't around back then.
Oh, okay. Now you got the reference. Now you're gonna be more memes for later. But yeah, Thunderbirds just this draft was I can't even describe how lackluster the draft is, as well as the idea to send the Riki farming instead of the Terrorblade in the bottom lane. That idea alone was very suspect as well. It's just a little bit too wonky for my liking from Elite Wolves. They're definitely gonna have to draft a lot better if they even want to stand a remote chance against Thunderbirds next game.
All right. I mean, there's nothing else to be said. They completely destroyed them. They humiliated them. It's rough.
They got swirlied.
They got
swirlied.
We got some cyberbullying going on in Peru right now. This is rough. But game number 2 coming around, I think that these players are good in terms of like each in their individual skill. It just maybe again playing with 3 stand-ins or 3 players that weren't on the roster earlier. They need to work things out. We'll see what ends up happening. Game number 2 right around the corner. Lyrical as well as Ryu, your 2 casters for this one. Any final thoughts before we move on?
No, we just get this game out of everyone's mind.
All right.
It needs to be gone forever, vanished, never to be remembered.
All right.